Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone, on this wonderful, wonderful day that the Lord has blessed and made and allowed us to see, man. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Each and every day that, man, you know what I'm saying, that we can wake up and see another day. It's a blessing that, that, hey, God is still got his hands on us. God still waking us up each and every day to see another day, man. It's just a blessing. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. And it's a blessing that 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 we take for granted, man. It's a blessing that we take for granted that God wakes us up each and every day to see another day. And not only do he wakes us up to see another day, but man, he help us to get our day started, man, because without him, nothing would be impossible. Nothing without God, nothing is impossible. We can achieve nothing, we can do nothing, we can live, we can do nothing without God. So all the honor and the glory goes to him, man. And hey, today is gonna be a great day. Today is gonna be a wonderful day. Today is gonna be a blessed and prosperous day, man. God is gonna continue to be God over this world, this nation, this community, our life, man. We just gotta continue to invite God into everything that we do, and continue to ask God to help us, to build us, to strengthen us, continue to fight for us, man. And we just gotta continue to walk with God, man. Continue to draw and submit and surrender unto Him, and just let God be Lord over our life, man, and just follow him, man. No matter what it looks like, just follow him. Lean out on your own understanding, but in all ways acknowledge God, and he shall direct your path. He shall lead you and guide you in this world, or in this thing that we call life. Life, this journey is not easy, man, but trying to do it by yourself, it makes it even more hard, because at the end of the day, you don't know the plans that God has for you. God is the one who created you. God knows what he want to do with you, when he wanted to do with you, how he wanted to do with you. He wrote your life out before you even came into this world. And our thing is, we so selfish that we try to live life on our own instead of living it through God, because God is the one who knows where he want to take you and how he want to get you there and who he want to use. It's all about God's time and his way, man. And we got to surrender to God in order to receive the life that God has for us. So I don't know who need to hear that, but man, look, you got to surrender to God. We want life. We want to live life. But what life do you want, or what life do you want to live? Do you want to live the life that you want to live for yourself? Or do you want to live the life that God has for you? And this is another question I ask people. Do you want to struggle, or do you want to be I just had it in my mouth. Do you want to, right there, God, give it to me. Mm, mm. It's not struggle, but, it's not struggle. Well, it's kind of like struggle. Like, do you want to struggle, or do you want to struggle because of the life that you choose to live, or do you want to live the life that God chose you to live, and knowing that, hey, because of God, I'm going, I'm going to go through this, and I'm going to experience this. A lot of people experience some things in life because of the choices that they make, because they're going against God, because they're rebelling against God, because they're not being obedient to God, suffering. So that's the word, suffering. So that's my question to people. Do you want to suffer because of your own choices, your own decision, your own action, because you want to live this life and you want to rebel against God, and you don't want to live how God has called you to live? Or do you want to live how God told you to live and receive what he got, but also suffer for him? Like I tell people, I'd rather suffer for God. Don't nobody want to suffer, but you're going to suffer either way. Either you're going to suffer for yourself, or you're going to suffer for God. So that's my question. Do you want to suffer for God, or do you want to suffer for yourself because you've been disobedient and you rebelling against God? Either way, you're going to suffer. But like I said, I'd rather suffer for God, because I know from suffering for God, God God gonna in return reward me for the suffering or the pain that I may have to go through for him. But if I'm over here suffering and going through pain for myself, it ain't no reward. What's the reward for it? It ain't no reward. You just suffering and going through pain and being hurt and being betrayed and doing all that for what? And you ain't getting no reward. But when God have already told us, because of him, we gonna suffer, we gonna be betrayed, but at the end of the day, I know my reward is greater for his suffering than it is for the suffering that I'm going through. So, but hey, just a little wisdom, just a little word of knowledge for somebody, man. But at the end of the day, man, look, today's going to be a great day. Today's going to be a wonderful day. I always say that and speak that and claim that because, look, no matter what we facing, no matter what we going through in life, man, it all can change in an instant. Everything is temporary. Your job is temporary. Your money is temporary. Your life is temporary. Everything can all change in an instant. But God, he never changes. He's the same God that he was yesterday, he gonna be today. He the same God that he was thousands of years ago that he gonna be today, and on and on and on for next generation. God never changes. God is not temporary. God is eternal. God is forever. And that's what I'm here to talk to y'all today about, putting your trust in things that is forever. Not putting your trust or your faith in things that is temporarily. You want to put your trust and faith in something that is eternal, that is forever, that you know that without a doubt is not going to fail you. God will never fail you. God said, I will never leave you nor forsake you, that wherever you go, I am there with you. So be courageous, not be fearful, because wherever you go, I am there with you. So we got to begin to put our trust and faith in something that, even though we can't see it, we know it's forever. Even though we can't see it, we know it's not gonna fail him. Y'all want to put your trust in God, and then when it's taking too long, or he's not moving on your accordance or your time or how you want him to do it, then you lose faith, or you take it out of him, and then you begin to put in the other things. God said all you need, like, think about it. We are facing many mountains. Your mountains are the things that you're going in life. That's why God said all you need is a faith size as a mustard seed, and you can move mountains. He ain't talking about like mountains. He talking about the situations that are in your life, the trials, the tribulation, the storm that you go through. Those are your mountains. Your lackness, whatever it is, your sickness, your illness, whatever it is, family problems, money problems, job problems, career problems, whatever it is that you're going through in life, those are your mountains. And if you have faith small as a mustard seed, you can move those. They're just like the woman with the issue of blood. All she said is, all I gotta do is touch God, touch the hem of cloak, touch the hem or his garment, and I'll be healed. All she just had to do was just touch a little bit of Jesus Christ. She didn't even touch God. She touched the hem of his cloak that was connected to God, and she was healed. That's just how much faith she had, man. Like, we gotta have faith. Like, we can sit here and say, oh, I love God, I believe in God, I trust God. But guess what? When those times come, when those situations come to really show that, hey, I trust in God, I believe in God, what do? We fall short. We fall short because we don't understand God. We don't understand how he works. We don't understand his way because we're not spending enough time with him. We're not getting into his word. We're not studying. We ain't got no relationship with him. So it's just like you ain't got a relationship with your spouse or your family, whatever the case may be. And when they begin to start acting some way, they begin to move some way, they begin to do certain things, and you ain't trying to spend time with them to get to know them or whatever the case may be, then when things begin to happen, you're not going to understand. You're not going to understand why that person doing that. You're not going to understand why that person act like that. You're not going to understand why that person react like that. You think a relationship is just you going to somebody and asking for something or whatever, or receiving something. Man, relationship, you got to communicate. Relationship, you got to be You got to communicate to understand that your partner, or to understand the person that you serve. Y'all ain't got no relationship with God. You just go to church. You just read your word, but you ain't got no type of relationship. You don't spend no time with God. You ain't trying to understand God. You ain't trying to figure out how God works. You ain't trying to figure out his ways. You don't ask God questions to understand nothing. But when you going through in life and God ain't moving like you think he should be, or what people don't depict in your mind, or how, like I tell people, God don't move on your time. God don't move how you want him to move. A healing ain't always going to be instantly. Sometimes a healing is a progress. Sometimes a healing, it takes a while. Like I tell people, God used everything, every situation for a reason. Sometimes he used things to draw us closer to him. Sometimes he'll use family members to draw y'all closer to him. God, we don't understand why God do some things sometimes. And God will literally tell you it's not for your understanding, but you just got to trust him. And at the end results, you'll see why. You be like, okay, God, now I see why you had me to, you know what I'm saying, go through that. Or God, I see why you used that person to this and that. But y'all be so focused on the situation that you take your eyes off of God, that you lose sight of him. And then you begin to look at that situation, or whatever case may go on, whatever the case that may be going on in your life, and you let that situation engulf you. You get frustrated. You get mad. You get weary. You go tired. You grow tired. If you faint not, you shall reap a harvest. If you faint not, if you become not weary and faint not. Sometimes God just be testing us with little situations. God use situations. Like I said, God use situations for different things. Some gonna be tests. Some gonna be to draw us closer to him. Some gonna be to expose certain things in certain people. But at the end of the day, God gonna get all the glory anyway for whatever it is that he may allow us to go through in life. That's why I always tell people get mad with God because they got this image of God, and God is just good. Everything you do is good. And everything God do is good. But sometimes God will allow some bad things happen so he can get the good. But people don't understand that. They get mad. They get angry. Well, God, why you let my mama die? Well, God, why you let my mama going through this sickness or illness? Well, God, why you this? And God, why you that? You asking God the wrong question. What you need to be asking God, okay, God, why my family going through this? Or why my mama going through this? Why my daddy going through this? Why my brothers and sisters are going through? Why my family going through this? What is it that I need to be doing? Or what is it that we need to be doing? Sometimes, man, the best thing we can do is fast and pray for people. Sometimes, man, God just be trying to bring people together. He just be trying to bring family together. He just be trying to bring husband and wives together. So he'll allow certain things to transpire in our life. But we sit down, we sit around and let the devil come in and let that situation cause us to be separated, to destroy us. When the whole time it ain't meant to destroy us, it meant to make us, to build us, to challenge us, to grow us. That's why some of y'all ain't growing, because a certain situation that God is allowing to happen in your life, you ain't taking heed to it. That's why I would tell people, man, God talking, he's speaking. He's speaking by allowing certain things to happen, certain things to transpire. Like I tell people, man, God woke up on the third day, whatever day that was. I don't say Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because don't nobody know. That's just something that we don't spoke out of. But whatever day that was, that God woke up on, we know it was the third day. But whatever day that was that God woke up on, we know for sure that he woke up with all power and all dominion. Y'all hold on for a moment. Yes, ma'am. I'm back, y'all. Sorry, but yeah, man. It's like whatever you're going through in life, man. You gotta have that faith. You gotta have that mustard seed faith, man. You gotta have that mustard seed faith. You gotta have that mustard seed faith, man. Cause like I said, at the end of the day, man, we're gonna go through things in life. God gonna allow some things to happen in life. But at the end of the day, like I was saying, we can't let it destroy us. We gotta let it build us. We gotta let it make us. Cause at the end of the day, man, that's one of the reasons why God allows us to go through so many stuff in life, because He's trying to build our character. He's trying to grow us, man. But don't nobody wanna go through nothing in order to grow for God. Don't nobody wanna go through nothing. But you already sit out here and suffer by living in this world and dying, then suffering for God, growing for God. It's like everybody just want to remain a baby in Christ. Don't nobody want to get weaned off the milk and begin to go into the meat, because they know what it's going to require of them. And that's okay. I'm not knocking nobody. But at the end of the day, God requires a whole lot of you. This lukewarm Christian lifestyle, man, God ain't pleased with that. And like I try to tell people, man, God is using many situations to try to get our attention. You got to open your eyes. You got to ask God to begin to open your eyes, to help you ask God to remove the scales off your eyes so that you can see. So that you can see. See the way He see. That's a prayer that I used to always pray. That's a prayer that I started praying, I think, when I was locked up, that God opened my eyes and helped me to see the way that He see. Because I don't want to walk around here spiritually blinded, thinking that